Well, hello my best good friends, and welcome back to KJ's channel. Another chilly day this morning, but some good stuff happened. Here's a picture of my orchid. This past summer, I was looking for some more indoor plants, and a lady in our church gave me this orchid. This is the first bloom that I've gotten off of it, so that's pretty exciting. Today is going to be an office day, so not a lot of excitement. Oh, I'm still recording. Oh, I forgot to record all that. One little secret is when it's extremely cold like this, like when I'm at the church, I'll park the car pointing south so that the sun shines into the windshield, kind of keeps things a little warmer inside there. Let them absorb a little bit of heat anyway. I tried to record coming down Main Street, but I must have forgot to hit the button. Bank clock said 14 below. It's a winter wonderland now. Hard to think, just 2 weeks ago it was 60 above zero. Today, when we woke up, it was 20 below. That's an 80-degree difference. Montana is a place of extremes. Since we've been here, I've seen 50 below zero, and I've seen 117 above. One summer we were going to pick up my sister Stacy at the Billings airport, and it was 117 degrees in Billings. But there's also the extreme distances. Montana's the 4th largest state, and it takes us 8 hours or more to drive across the state. So we got those extreme distances. We have extreme landscapes. So you have places like Glacier with the mountains and all that stuff, over to here where it's mostly prairie, farmland type stuff. We have extremes in politics, some extremely liberal cities, and then you have cities like Garfield County that are extremely conservative. Trying to think all the extremes we have in Montana. We are quite extreme. Diverse is not really the right word. I think there's other places more diverse. We just have both ends of the spectrum. Since I brought it up, let's talk a little bit about weddings. Within the first couple of years of moving here, I was talking to some different people, and one of the guys said, well, it's nice to have a preacher around because you need them for weddings and funerals. He was not interested in coming to church, but he thought it was important to have a preacher around. And yeah, I'll do funerals for anybody. Weddings, I'm very, very picky. I don't do many. Now, this is an issue of great discussion among pastors as to what they will do and won't do. It basically comes down to personal conviction as to what weddings you feel comfortable doing. I don't feel comfortable doing most weddings, and so I don't. Other pastors feel that they have opportunities for evangelism and whatever, and I'd never tell them they were wrong. This is just my personal conviction. And so I have 6 requirements that a couple would have to meet. And sadly, most couples do not meet those standards. And they're not anything outlandish. If you are a Christian who is walking with the Lord consistently, these should not be a problem. My 6 requirements are this. Both people have to be a Christian. and they have to be able to give me their Christian testimony. Both have to attend church regularly. Both have to agree that any children that come from this relationship will be raised in a Christian home and a local church. The couple cannot be living together or having relations. Number 5, they have to agree to 6 counseling sessions with me, and those counseling sessions need to be at least a week apart. So you can't come to me and say, well, can I do your wedding this weekend? No, I need at least 6 weeks, preferably more time than that. And then the final one is I don't do divorced marriages if one of the couple's been divorced, but there are caveats to that one, and I'm not going to spend all the time talking about that. There are biblical reasons for divorce, and the biggest thing there is I'm not going to do a wedding for somebody who's been married and divorced 5 times, and they come to me and like, oh yeah, I want to get married now. Obviously, they don't understand what marriage is. My biggest problem with a lot of what's happening in the wedding world right now is more time and money and effort is spent on the wedding than on the marriage. And so I want people to be more concerned about the marriage than the wedding. And those 6 things make sure that they are focusing on the marriage, not the wedding. So there you have it. Again, that's just my personal convictions. I know some churches have certain restrictions that they put on their pastors. I would never choose to work at a church that's going to tell me which weddings I can or can't do or have to do. That's one of the things that I stipulated here is that is my decision to make. The church is not going to tell me I have to do this marriage because they're a church member or something like that. So that's where we are. And because of that, I've turned down probably 3 or 4 times as many weddings as I've ever done. All right, time to go home. Turned the heat down. When I was talking, it got warm. Anyway, that was a good time. I look forward to talking more with them. Sharon has taken the boys to Kids Club, I hope. So that means Sharon and I have about 2 hours at the house without the kids. It'll be quiet. So much for a relaxing evening. Sharon usually likes to take these 2 hours to have some her time, and I volunteered to go pick the boys up. She decided to get in the tub, as she likes to do, but the water wouldn't run. And when it's this cold, your first assumption is frozen pipes, but we've never had frozen pipes in here. So that's kind of weird. So I started to dig around, and the cartridge on these Delta faucets, I was going to pull it out and try to check and make sure there wasn't any blockages, but I had to destroy the cartridge to get it out. So we got to pick one of those up tomorrow and see if we can get this tub back up and going. So that's what I've been doing for the last 2 hours.